Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where every beat of the purple and gold heart thumps louder than ever. Smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update on our championship. Oh, Chase. Tonight, we're diving into a seismic shift in the Western Conference landscape. Kristaps Porzingis confirmed as a Laker, fresh off trade proposals that shocked the league. But hold on. Before we unpack exactly what just went down, let me ask you this. Could this be the missing piece that finally pushes LA over the top? Let's explore every angle. Porzingis, the 7'3" unicorn, who once dazzled New York and Dallas, is reportedly headed to Los Angeles in a deal that sends ripples straight through California. According to Heavy.com, the Lakers' front office worked tirelessly behind the scenes, crafting a proposal that landed their biggest need, a true rim-protecting stretch big who can spaced-out shoot and anchor defensively. On the other hand, Sports Illustrated's report on the Wizards' smart Lakers chatter hints at a flurry of negotiations in D.C., where Washington weighed offers centered around role players and draft assets before greenlighting Porzingis's departure. So, what happened, and when did it all click? Insiders say talks heated up immediately after the All-Star break. With LeBron James managing that nagging ankle soreness and Anthony Davis logging heavy minutes, the Lakers realized they needed an extra layer of protection and floor spacing to survive a brutal second-half gauntlet of back-to-backs and showdown games. Enter Porzingis, a 23.2 points-per-game scorer capable of hitting 38% from three last season, paired with a 1.8 blocks-per-game defensive average. Could this mean the Lakers now boast one of the deadliest big-man tandems in NBA history? Imagine the impact. Opening night lineups with LeBron commanding the offense, Davis patrolling the paint, and Porzingis stationed around the arc, drawing help defenders out of the paint before unleashing a mid-range jumper or knifing to the rim. Is it possible that teams will now have to choose between guarding screens for Luka-fed post-ups or doubling on Boston's wings? Former Lakers swingman Kentavious Caldwell-Pope told our insiders that adding KP would transform our defensive outlook and force opponents to rethink how they attack the paint. Fans are already buzzing. On social media, Unicorns in LA reads one tweet, accompanied by highlight reels of Porzingis swatting posters and drilling step-backs. Some Lakers blogs suggest purple and gold stores are already printing number 6 jerseys in anticipation of his arrival. Could this be the beginning of a title run fueled by a trio of all-stars who combine scoring, playmaking, and shot blocking? Some insiders believe that inserting Porzingis into Luke Walton-style motion schemes could birth a new, big 3+1 system, where Davis, LeBron, and KP dominate both ends. But let's not gloss over the Warriors' counterpunch. Golden State, still reeling from early playoff exits, reportedly dangled draft picks and role-player contracts to Phoenix and Washington before the Lakers swooped in. If the Warriors had landed Porzingis, they'd pair him with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green in arguably the most versatile lineups in history. Switchable 1-5 defense, 4-shooter spacing, and the playmaking mastery to keep defenses guessing. Fans are wondering if this could have cemented a 4-peat window for Golden State. Instead, LA is now armed with that same weapon. Let's break down the numbers. Porzingis's true shooting percentage last year ranked in the 85th percentile, league-wide. His pick-and-pop efficiency out of Harden and Kyrie's systems demonstrates his adaptability. On defense, his 7.3 defensive rating with Utah showed glimpses of elite rim deterrence when his minutes were managed properly. In a Lakers rotation plagued by late-game defensive lapses, could KP be the one who consistently closes out on drives and contests without fouling? Of course, there are questions. Porzingis has battled foot injuries that limited him to 52 games last year. Is it possible that a heavier LA schedule, with back-to-backs and cross-country travel, could exacerbate those concerns? Fans are speculating whether the Lakers' medical staff, lauded for reviving Davis, can keep the big zing on the floor through May. Some insiders believe that creative load management and a lighter midseason stretch could be part of the plan, but will that mesh with LeBron's all-in mentality? Then there's chemistry. How quickly can Luke Walton's successor, Coach Darvin Ham, install offensive sets that leverage Porzingis' shooting without disrupting the LeBron-AD rhythm? Will Davis buy into potential reduced post touches in favor of spacing for the Unicorn? And how will the returning Malik Monk and Austin Reeves adapt to fewer catch-and-shoot opportunities? These behind-the-scenes questions are what keep front offices up at night. Yet, Lakers fans are daring to dream bigger. Many recall the 2010 and 2020 championship runs, when sacrificial role players like Kyle Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope stepped up in clutch moments. Could KP be the next franchise legend, delivering game-winning block-and-dish sequences reminiscent of Dwight Howard's finals heroics? Could he outshine his Unicorn nickname and become the Lakers' ultimate X-Factor? The ripple effects extend beyond the court. Trade analysts on ESPN have flagged that the Lakers' willingness to part with a future first-round pick for Porzingis signals win-now urgency. That could impact free agency, as prospective players decide between joining a veteran-heavy, title contender or a youth-driven rebuild. Would an impending Russell Westbrook reunion or Kawhi Leonard pursuit hinge on this blockbuster? Some insiders suggest that Porzingis' presence makes LA a more appealing destination for stars seeking immediate contention. So, what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a Lakers supporter, I believe landing KP could be the catalyst for an unforgettable playoff run, provided his health holds and chemistry clicks within weeks. But I want to hear from you. Is Kristaps Porzingis the missing piece for championship glory, or a high-risk roll of the dice that could backfire? If injuries flare, I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. Porzingis' arrival in Los Angeles won't just shift rotations. It will send shockwaves through the entire Western Conference. Imagine the night he debuts at Crypto.com Arena. The crowd roars as the Unicorn steps onto the hardwood, stretching the floor for Davis, creating driving lanes for LeBron and swatting shots just yards from the rim. That moment alone could ignite a run of confidence that carries the Lakers through the toughest gauntlet of their schedule. But it's not guaranteed. Chemistry has to form on the fly, and Darvin Ham will need to dial up schemes that blend pick and pop actions with crisp cutting, while still maintaining the LeBron-led chaos that has carried LA this far. If everything clicks, we could witness the birth of a new Lakers identity, one powered by three elite stars who can each create their own offense, yet willingly defer to one another when the moment demands. LeBron's playmaking mastery, Davis's inside dominance, and Porzingis' stretch five versatility would force opponents into impossible decisions. Do you double LeBron and risk leaving KP open? Do you pack the paint for AD and concede a wide-open triple to a 7.3 sharpshooter? That kind of nightmare scenario is exactly what championship teams dream of. But let's face reality. The injury history looms. KP's foot concerns aren't just headlines. They're a very real variable in a title chase. If those nagging setbacks resurface, the Lakers could find themselves thin in the rotation, scrambling to patch holes late in playoff series. That's why the medical staff's role is pivotal. Innovative load management, strategic minute caps, and targeted rest days will be critical to keep the Unicorn on the floor when it matters most. Then there's the ripple effect on role players. Malik Monk, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Anthony Rookie, the youth movement that has provided spark and energy, will need to cede touches at times, yet remain ready to deliver in high-pressure moments. Could Monk flourish as a secondary ball handler when LeBron sits? Might Reeves evolve into the team's emotional leader on the bench, fueling runs with his fearless drives? These supporting cast decisions could make or break the seamless integration of a superstar newcomer. Meanwhile, opposing teams are already adjusting their scouting reports. The Nuggets, Suns, Mavericks, and Clippers will have to account for one more major threat on the Lakers roster. Will they choose to chase shooters out to the arc, inviting AD's power, or collapse a second defender on LeBron's drives, allowing KP to feast on kickouts? These strategic dilemmas could tilt playoff matchups in the Lakers' favor, provided Los Angeles can execute under pressure. On the business side, the ripple effect extends beyond the court. Free agency headlines will soon follow. Does landing Kristaps elevate the Lakers as a destination for other stars? Could Udonis Haslem's mentorship and Lakers' storied culture become even more enticing with another championship-caliber talent in tow? Conversely, if the experiment falters, will the front office's aggressive trade strategy be questioned in boardrooms and fan forums alike? One thing is undeniable. This trade will define the next chapter of Lakers lore. It's a bold, win-now move that signals to the entire NBA that Los Angeles is all in, even if it means mortgaging some first-round picks or stretching the roster's health margins. That kind of audacity has paid off before in Laker history. Think of the Showtime era, think of 2008's Big Three, think of the LeBron-AD partnership itself. Now, the unicorn joins the lineup, and the stakes have never been higher. But let's zoom back out for a moment. Beyond strategy, stats, and cap sheets, so much of playoff success hinges on momentum and belief. The moment Porzingis launches, his first three as a Laker, a certain electricity will surge through the fan base, the locker room, and even opposing arenas. Belief is contagious. If teammates buy in, if roles are clearly defined, and if Darvin Ham can strike the perfect balance between structure and freedom, this team could become a juggernaut. Yet, as fans, we also know that nothing is assured. The playoffs will test every layer of a championship contender, from the starting five to deep bench rotations, from medical staff protocols to coaching adjustments. One series loss could rewrite the narrative from triumphant to what if. That's the razor's edge every title aspirant walks. The margin between legendary success and heartbreaking failure can be thinner than a single bounce. So here's the final question for you. Do you believe Kristaps Porzingis is the missing puzzle piece who will push the Lakers back to basketball's mountaintop? Or do you think this gamble carries too much risk, too many moving parts, and too many health concerns to trust in? Personally, as a die-hard Lakers supporter, I'm ready to embrace the adventure. KP's combination of size, shooting, and defensive impact could be exactly what we've been searching for to dethrone the West. But I know the road ahead won't. Be easy, let me know in the comments. Will the Unicorn's arrival usher in a new Laker dynasty, or will the gamble prove too steep? I can't wait to read your takes and dive into every angle with you. And if you've enjoyed this deep dive into one of the biggest trade stories of the season, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a single update. The journey to Banner 18 starts now. Let's chase greatness together.